All right, this is my leadership talk for today, Monday, here in McAllen, Texas. Doing it a little earlier than I usually do. I got up this morning, 4:45, read my scriptures, Genesis chapter 11, Genesis, Psalms, and Proverbs, and I meditated on it for 20 minutes. And then I did my Navy SEAL stretch PT workout on Zoom all by myself. And I was trying to remember a verse. It popped right out at me when I was reading my scriptures, but I kind of lost it in meditation. And then halfway through my workout, like right after 25 4-count flutter kicks, it came to me. Through lack of guidance, a nation will perish. A nation will fall. Victory is attained through many advisors. All right. So last night, and I wrote her down. I can't think of her name right now. But on the Good News call, there was this woman, and so she's an SMD, but she got there very quickly, like this year. And I think she had, I don't know if she had experience in the industry or not. She had a master's degree in sociology and what's the other term? Philosophy. There you go, philosophy, right? Hey, but that's, there's a couple things that popped right out at me, right? Is on the brochure for the campaign, it asks, does your money control you, or do you control your money? Right? And that's her intro to people. And she gets them to listen. When I was a debt management consultant, I had this business card. Ruben Lowing, San Diego area manager, Equity First Financial. And then, well, what do you do? I go, read the back. It says, can get completely out of debt, including your mortgage, in as little as 5 to 10 years without increasing your monthly payments. And if they ask, how do you do that? And if I tried to explain it, they would, kind of, when they kind of got the gist of what they thought I was doing, they'd like, okay, they'd walk away. That would frustrate me to no end. I'm like, that ain't happening anymore. And so no matter what they said, I'd say, why is it important for you to get out of debt? And they would tell me, and I'd schedule an appointment. All right, give me your number, name and number. I'll get, when I get from my can, I'll call you and we'll set an appointment. I got this 15-minute video, explains the whole thing, right? And that changed my business, right? This lady did two things. That little intro right there, using the brochure to do the work for her, right? And the other is how she goes into the brilliant, the 7-step, or the saving your future book. She goes to the right to the financial foundation, protection, debt management, emergency fund, and investments. And she asks him, which one of these, in these steps in the financial foundation, which one's most important to you? Boom. And whatever they tell her, that's what she focuses on. Brilliant. Right? Then she goes to the X curve. Okay. Where do you want to be on this X curve? And they tell her. Right? Cuts that presentation right down. I had somebody, I skipped the campaign video. I skipped the Facebook, the WSB community Facebook page. I just did the blue book, trying to cut through it, and it took me an hour. So now there's a lot of interaction while I'm talking, right? He wants to cut it down to 20 minutes. Well, that'll do it, right? So 45 minutes is probably optimum, right? But the point is to tailoring the conversation to what they want to talk about it. I had this guy talking to me about curiosity theory. He wrote a book called Curiosity Theory. That sounds familiar, right? And he's from San Diego. I used to live in San Diego. He was in the mortgage real estate business. I was in the mortgage real estate business. He's in the mortgage business, I guess. All right. He wants to get out of that and just, talk to people and, about his book. Right? A lot of people like that. A whole bunch of people with that. But that curiosity theory, there's something about that that's familiar. And it was Matthew Ferry, right? I first heard Matthew Ferry back in 2006. Dave and Buster's, San Diego, California, Mission Valley. I bought tickets to hear Zig Ziglar. And something happened. Zig Ziglar went in the hospital or something. And so the replacement speaker was Matthew Ferry. And he started talking about the subconscious mind. He calls his subconscious mind his drunken monkey. and drunken monkey's scared of everything. It's fear-based. Your subconscious mind is fear-based, scared of everything, but ultra curious, right? And it's, it'll break something just to see how it works. Reminds me of Todd Fleming. He was our engineering guy in our platoon, and we were coming back after an op, and he'd break something on the engine just to see how it worked, and that would just tick us off because we couldn't all get secured until everybody was done, and he was diddling around. Great guy, just not aware of other people very much. And but that's what your drunken monkey does. Your subconscious mind, right? It'll tempt fate, and but it's that the curiosity. If I could show you how to get completely out of debt, including your mortgage, in as little as 5 to 10 years without increasing your monthly payment, would you give me an hour of your time? Right. Or, if I could show you how to, if I could get you, at the right place on the X curve, where do you want to be on the X curve faster? Would you listen? You know, I'm getting what he was talking about. You know, tell people what they want to know, not what you want to tell them. You know, or if you want to tell them something, get them to ask for it. So do you want to know? You want to know what Hell Week was like? Do you know what it's like getting shot at? You know. Do you know how I can do how I did 1163 push-ups in 24 minutes? You know. You know, those are, then you're telling them, if they don't want to know, they'll tell you. And you don't waste your breath. If they do want to know, then you tell them what they want to hear. All right? Interesting. All right. But the point is, that's how you use the curiosity theory when you're presenting, when you're doing the 7 steps, right? And you get right to what it is that is of interest to them. There are so many people right now that are all about making that money. When you hear somebody say, I don't have the time, right? It's because they're spending all their energy on making money, right? Because they're behind. They got obligations, right? And these personal coaches, right? Success coaches, right? They're out there hustling, they're selling their service way more than they're actually giving their service, right? Because they need those clients to pay them for their knowledge or for their system, okay? And if they had their money working for them and making more money on their money, then they wouldn't have to be hustling so much. But because they're not, they're paying too much in taxes and they're not earning enough interest. You know, that's why their money's not keeping up with inflation. That's why they have to keep grinding and making more to make more money. All right. That's the deal. That's what's happening. Right. So you got to know that when they say that. Right. But usually those people won't take the time. They won't get on Zoom with you. Okay. Because they're out there hustling. Okay. But it's like reading your scriptures, right? It's your salvation. You believe, right? So much it's deep in your core. It's part of your subconscious that you believe. And so when your conscious mind is put to rest, right, that your subconscious goes right toward where it's conditioned to. And if that's conditioned to focus on the scriptures or Jesus Christ, guess where you're going. But if it's not, guess where you're going. Okay, same thing. If you don't use the curiosity leverage, you're going to talk a lot more than you need to, say a lot more than you need to, and people are going to stop listening when you either don't get to what they're interested in, or you stop talking about what they're interested in. But when you, it's in sales all the time, people oversell. That's what overselling is. There you go. All right. So here's what you get out of this. All right. You know, talking to people, hey, and sharing what's in the Saving Your Future book, that should be easy. You just get excited, right? If you're having a hard time getting that enthusiasm up, do some jumping jacks. Get them endorphins kicking, right? That's a key to that. Be enthusiastic. And then after that, go to the Financial Faith Foundation. Which one of these areas is of most importance to you? And go to the X curve. You can go through the rest of them, right? We teach 6 different courses out of this book. You don't need to do it all in one sitting. You go to the X curve. That's okay. Where in this X curve do you want to be? Where are you trying to get to right now? Right. All right. And then you set an appointment. All right. I'm talking to my team on this one. All right. Have a great day.